Welcome to another episode of Shutter Stories Uncensored. I'm Mark. And in this episode, first thing I want to talk about was a big fire at this swap meet area that was near the corner of Whitmore and Crows Landing. It was kind of all made out of wood. It was, how do I describe this? You had areas where you could rent, and it had doors that locked. So um, on the days of the swap meet, you could show up, unlock your stuff that you're selling, and put out tables and outside your store. It was like little stores, kind of roughly, but they were made. It was all wood structures. It was pretty old wood structures. And then one day, I'm not sure how it happened, how the fire started, but a fire started in that swap meet area, and heard the scanner call. I was at the series courier office. Jumped into my car with my gear and headed out towards the call. By the time I got there, it was pretty well involved, and firefighters were on scene. Was Westport Fire Department again. I've dealt with them for many fires and many wrecks in the area. And so the firefighters are fighting the fire, trying to get it under control. It's sweeping through the structures pretty quickly, and I'm pretty close to the fire, getting photos of the firefighters battling the fire and trying to get a handle on it. All of a sudden, I heard all these popping, pop, 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 pop. Turns out one of the booths, one of the sellers there, was selling ammunition, and his store caught on fire. Ammunition caught on fire, and it started going off in the heat from the fire. So that was kind of crazy. So the fire chief told me, "Be careful, Mark. There's ammunition in there going off. We don't want to see you get hit by a stray round." Yeah, I didn't want to see that either, to be honest with you guys. Yeah, that was probably one of the dangerous fires I ever was at. But then a few minutes later, the chief came over to me and asked me if I could move his fire vehicle out of the way. He parked pretty far down the towards the back of the structures, but the fire was sweeping through them so fast it was getting close to his fire vehicle. So I jumped in and backed it way up, and so it technically was a pickup truck, but it was a fire chief's truck. So technically, it was a fire vehicle. So I guess I got to move a fire vehicle into a safer spot. Yeah, that was kind of cool. I knew the chief very well. I knew all the chiefs for all the fire departments around my news area, around the Ceres area. There was the Ceres Fire Department, of course. Then there was the Industrial Fire Department. Then there was Westport Fire Department. And on the other side of Ceres, there was a small town called Keys, and there was the Keys Fire Department. And then the nearby town of Houston, and then there was the Houston Fire Department. And also there was the Stanislaus County Fair as well. So I had a lot of different departments to keep an eye on and listen for on the scanner, plus the Ceres Police Department, plus the Stanislaus County Sheriff's Department, plus California Highway Patrol. I interacted with all their officers. They all knew me. We had a good working relationship. But yeah, that fire was pretty much a loss. That swap meet fire, and nobody was injured. No firefighters got injured from that ammunition exploding. I didn't get hit. I don't think he even had a near close piece of ammunition getting anywhere near me, any lead flying. Um, but it was something to stay alert of, and try to stay out of harm's way best I could. So that, again, that fire, we ran it on A1 above the fold. But yeah, so I could have, I was probably one of the most dangerous fires, other than that school district office, that building with all with all the asbestos in it. That was probably pretty serious too. But I survived that as well. All right, the next story I want to talk about, another thing I used to do a lot and look forward to during the year, was the Stanislaus County Fair. I would go to that to get general photos for the courier of the events, some of the concerts going on, definitely the FFA and the ag events going on. A lot of Ceres kids from the city of Ceres. There were a lot of kids in FFA from the city of Ceres or the nearby areas that we covered. So I would get photos of them showing their animals, and then I would look for other Ceres residents being at the fair, either showing or competing for a ribbon. And then some of the big concerts they had there as well. The really big ones, my editor Jeff would attend and get photos and write the stories. There were some smaller venues that I would cover on the Saturday and Sunday. And I loved there was a bull riding event. I would cover that, look for somebody from the Ceres area or tied to Ceres, a resident or a former resident. And then also there were like four-wheelers, quads, competitions, little off-road racing kind of thing. So I would cover that. I would look for somebody from the Ceres area or nearby area and get photos of them competing. With a tie into this, to a local kind of coverage, looking for residents or former residents of Ceres, like I said, and there were a lot there. So I always had a lot of opportunities to catch somebody with a tie to Ceres, and I really loved getting great shots of the ag kids and the FFA kids showing animals, and 4-H showing their animals. So that was fun. I always look forward to that event. Plus, I love the food. It was one of the best places to get linguica sandwiches and all kinds of other food. Man, I think every time the fair came, Stanislaus County Fair came to town, I probably gained 20 pounds. I want to thank everyone. My channel is growing pretty fast now, and I appreciate everyone's subscribing and helping promote the channel, sharing videos, liking, commenting, all the above. I couldn't got here without you all. We're getting close to 3,000 subscribers, and the channel's moving on. It's growing on. It's growing fast. Getting a lot of views, getting a lot of likes, getting shares, all the above. And it wasn't for you folks out there, my viewers, I couldn't have got here. Now again, if there's anything you want to know, even if you want help with a photo, or you have questions about processing film, if you want to process your own film, black and white film, I'm more than happy to share all my tips and tricks. Just let me know in the comments and I'll respond to everyone. And you even ask me about my career. I guess I say this all the time. There's nothing you can't ask me in a comment, and I'll get back to you in a comment. Even if you have maybe you wanted me to take a look at some of your work and give you my feedback, I'm more than happy to do that. Just reach out to me, and again in the comments. And if you're a photographer and you got some killer shots of things you photographed over the years, reach out to me in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to take a look and let you know, give you feedback. To me, there's nothing better for a photographer than feedback. Good, bad feedback. It doesn't. You can't keep getting better if you don't know what's broken or what needs improvement. And that's how I got to where I am today as a photographer. Wasn't for that, I probably still be struggling. But I've been doing it now for, I was a photojournalist probably around 20 years, and I been a photographer for longer than that. All right. I've been doing photography probably since I was, probably in the 6th grade. I had a little old Kodak Instamatic camera, and it took great pictures for the type of camera it was. And maybe a lot of my photos at first were just snapshots as they say, but I got better and I got more focused. One of my close friends in high school, Mark Watley, taught me how to use a 35 millimeter camera in high school, and it just went from there. All right, everyone, maybe I've rambled enough. Again, keep sharing, keep liking, keep commenting. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button, smack it, and smack that bell icon. That way you won't miss a new episode. And again, I'm putting out episodes every Thursday and every Sunday. And all right, this episode is our Sunday episode. So if you're watching this, it was just posted on Sunday. And again, let us know in the comments what you think. And we'll see you next episode. Everyone be safe out there.